welcome to the Mid Podcast and this special edition of our show where we're going to review the 2024 sensational movie Wicked, which has been the talk about of moviegoers, musical enthusiasts, and we are joined by friend of the show, Jordan. What's up, Jordan?
Hello, how are you?
I am doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready for Friday.
I
It's
am
been a
too. I
long
will be
week.
done with class and I have a month off before I start my next PhD class. I'm good.
Very nice. Yeah.
So, Jordan is my resident musical aficionado.
Yeah. So this, I'm gonna go ahead and
And I
say
know
it.
this was one of your favorites.
It honestly. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my history with musicals. So honestly, I was very sheltered as like a kid. Like I didn't know about who Britney Spears was until like middle school. But I did go to see my first musical with my family. It was a local production of Annie Get Your Gun. And because that was my first musical, I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is my favorite musical. No, it's not. Because then I discovered Wicked from honestly one of my exes. He was playing the soundtrack in the car. I forgot what song he played. I think it might have been Defying Gravity, honestly. And the I was like, "Oh my god, what is that?" And I didn't even know really what it was about. I think I had heard about the Wicked books because that's what the musical is loosely based off of. A lot more rough shit happens in the books, like not PG-13 stuff happens in the books. Um, but I never read it, and when I did want to read it, because my oldest brother had the book, he was like, "No, you cannot read this," because I was in like elementary school or middle school. But yeah, this is the best musical to movie adaptation I've seen so far.
I would agree with that. I was thinking about that. I was like, from the what I've seen, like Broadway wise, this is probably the best taking a musical and turning it into a movie. And I would say Les Mis is probably second.
I do like Les Mis, but it's
Funny
really
story about
sad.
Les Mis though. I would play the songs in the car with the kids when they were younger. Like my daughter, literally from the time conception, she knew musicals. And she probably
Oh
came
wow.
out singing musicals. But when we got Brendan into them, and Les Mis like has two or three parts, so he would always sing the guy part. She'd pick a girl part. I'd pick another part. We'd all be in the car singing. So when we took him to see Les Mis the movie with Hugh Jackman, we're sitting in the
Mm.
movie theater, and he goes, "Mom, I didn't know Wolverine sung." And I'm like, "Yeah, Hugh Jackman's won a few Tony Awards, which are like the awards they give when you're on Broadway, Brendan." He's like, "Oh, okay." But he liked the movie because, he grew up listening to the soundtrack from the musical.
Yeah. I didn't know he could sing honestly until I seen that movie as well. I'm like, what? Wow. And I mean, I'm not gonna say he sounds the best to be honest, but he definitely I've heard worse. So, but I did like Les Mis, but it was so sad. And you know me, I don't like life is tough already. I don't. Well, I say that, but I loved like true crime and stuff. So I don't know. I guess pick and choose, but yeah, Les Mis was really good. The only there was another one. Oh, and I think John Chu directed that one as well. What is it? Something Heights. Ah,
Oh crap!
in
The
the
one
Heights.
Lynn. Um, Lin
Lin
Manuel.
Manuel, yeah, yeah, that one was really good as well.
I haven't.
Um, it was is a good summer. It's a good musical to watch in the summer. That soundtrack was blasting, like, because there's even a song called "Fireworks," and like I love playing that around Fourth of July because I'm like, ooh, fireworks. But yeah, that it's not about Fourth of July, but yeah, it just makes me. It's just a real yeah,
Yeah, that's the
like
first. I think that's the first musical he ever wrote, and
yeah,
it didn't really do that good. And then he wrote
yeah,
Hamilton, and Hamilton took off, and then they went
yeah,
back, and then this one picked up.
yeah, yeah. And
Well,
honestly, I don't.
I will say, Evita was not bad neither. The
I'm.
musical and the movie adaptation was really not that bad.
I haven't seen that one. What's that about?
Madonna played Evita in it, and had
Oh,
oh shoot, what's that dude's name? Antonio Banderas was in it.
oh, oh wow. Yeah, I didn't know that Madonna was in. What is that about?
Um, Evita, she married the leader of Argentina.
Oh,
She was just like a
oh wow.
commoner, and she ended up like marrying the leader of Argentina, which the main song most people would know from that is "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." So she
Oh
sung. If
yeah.
I'm not mistaken, I think that's the song she sings when she dying. It's been a very long
Oh,
time, but my first thing with musicals was when I was in chorus in high school. My teacher used to perform on Broadway before she took up
oh
teaching,
wow.
and so we would
That's
always
really
do
cool.
musicals. So my freshman year, our big spring performance was called Music of the Night, and she took
Mm.
different musicals. We did pieces from Chess, we did pieces from Les Mis, we did pieces from Phantom, Hair, and Starlight Express.
Oh wow. I've
So
heard of hair.
that
Yeah,
was my first, thing with musicals.
I've heard of hair. I've heard of Starlight Express. I've never seen those. Also, Music of the Night. That reminds me of Phantom of the Opera, which we
That's
did some of those. Huh?
that's where the name of our show was Music of the Night from the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah. The we did some of those songs in band in like middle school. Yeah. And it was really pretty, but I never seen the musical. I think I may have seen that movie actually, but and I don't remember much about it. I know he's like a I remember like the gist of it, but it never stuck with me. But Wicked, oh my god. That
So that was like my first
that
glimpse
lit
of
the fire.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, and then I was like, "Oh, he wrote this." Then I started listening to this, and he did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I just, oh, he's done all
Yeah.
these musicals.
I've heard of Joseph. I wanna watch that. I wanna watch a slime tutorial of that. Do you know what that is? Are you familiar with
Mm-mm.
that? So you know how I'm always mentioning allegedly mentioning um Yoho
Mhm.
getting on the ship and stuff. That's the Broadway version of that. The 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 keyword for like if you want to watch any musical on like YouTube, because if you post like just like Wicked Broadway musical, uh, it'll probably get taken down eventually. But the people are creative and they'll be like something something slime tutorial. I forgot how there's some people like this. There's a whole playlist of it, but and there's another uh, phrase for it or keyword for it. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, yeah, slime tutorials. That's actually how I've watched Wicked on Broadway, um, like in full because I've never been to a Broadway show. I would love to go, but yeah, and that's how I watched Hamilton as well, um, and a few others. But yeah,
a few others. Yeah.
Maybe
Let's
or
see.
not.
I
But yeah.
they do the Broadway series which comes to Durham and Greensboro. It'll come to DPAC and it'll come to the Tanger Performing Arts Center in Greensboro. Um so me and my daughter usually go and see that. We've been trying to get tickets for Wicked, but those tickets are like outrageous. I think she's gonna go see Hades Town next month or
Oh,
in February.
I wanted to see that. I don't think
Yeah, I
there's
think
even
her and
a.
her friend are gonna go see it.
I think there might be a soundtrack for that one. I don't know, but I can't find the full slime for that one. Well,
Mm,
maybe I was able to, but it wasn't that great of quality.
mhm.
Um, but the songs are there's a few songs on there that I really like. Um, but yeah.
So, I mean, going into this movie, I mean, I really didn't know that much about the musical itself. I've heard of it. I've heard like bits and pieces of like the songs from my daughter playing them, but
Hmm.
like I just thought, oh, so this is just going to tell us the version of how the Wicked Witch became the Wicked Witch before the Wizard of Oz. Is pretty much what I thought.
Yeah. What did you hold up one moment? Let me switch headphones because it's starting to crackle in and out, and I'm losing one moment because this is about to get on my nerves. Hold up.
You gotta
I'm
love
sorry.
you're fine. You gotta love technical difficulties.
I know. So
Technologies
irritating.
are wonderful. But yeah, I didn't really know that much about the musical itself of Wicked, except for like bits and pieces of the songs, which a lot of like even with her talking about Hades Towns, she's gone in and find musicals and stuff like she's like, "Oh mom, listen to this. We should go see this." Or like when we went to see Moulin Rouge, I was like, "I ain't never heard of it." And the way that came about was, "Mom, I'm gonna buy us tickets to go see a musical. Which one would you like to see?" She sends me a list. I've heard of none of them. So I say, "Pick whichever one you want to see the most." She goes, "Well, I want to go see Moulin Rouge." Okay. She schedules it for a Wednesday night. My Wednesday nights are normally consumed from All Elite Wrestling. So we are literally sitting at DPAC and I have All Elite Wrestling on my phone while we're watching the musical, and I have my headphone in one of my ears to listen to commentary for wrestling. And
Oh my
it
god.
happened to be like an important match. I forgot. I think it was Kenny Omega and I want to say like John Moxley in a cage match or something. And they both end up going through the cage, and I almost yell out "Holy fuck" in the middle of the theater. I
Oh
had to
my
stop
god.
myself. It's like, oh shit, I'm in the theater. I can't yell.
Oh my god.
But she literally took a picture of me and sent it to her brother, and she's like, "Brendan, look what mom's doing." I'm like, "I'm listening to the musical too. I'm paying attention."
Oh my god.
And
What
I think
musical was it?
my worst experience was going to see Hamilton. We had
Really?
this group of fucking teenagers sitting behind us, and the whole fucking show, they did nothing but sing the song.
Oh, that would piss me off.
And I
People
mean,
were
they
doing
didn't sing quietly, like, kinda like under your breath, like,
yeah.
Alexander Hamilton. No, they were Alexander Hamilton, and people are looking at them, and they just going to town. I'm like, okay. I was
I'm
like,
shocked
and
they
I
didn't get
literally said out loud, and I know one of the girls' moms heard me. Is this if you cannot teach your children proper theater etiquette, don't bring them, even if they're teenagers.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
I said it
crazy.
out loud enough, and I said it to my daughter, and she agreed with me because she was texting me. She's like, "Mom, they don't know theater etiquette, do they?" And I'm like, "Probably not." So I decided to say it out loud.
That is crazy. You would think the like somebody would escort them out. Like
I'm
if you
sure if
can't
someone had complained,
they would have.
they probably would have been told to either stop or they were gonna be escorted out.
Yeah. The and people have been doing that in the Wicked showings, like when it even when it first came out, and they were like, "Calm down. There's gonna be what is it, sing along versions like for starting on Christmas Day and after that, like wait for that, like or just play the soundtrack in your car and sing with that because that's what I do. But like." don't sing in the movie. Oh God, that's why I don't. I do enjoy going to the. This is a whole tangent, but I enjoy going to the movie theaters. But honestly, I would rather sit in my room, like at home, like and watch it on the biggest screen I have without people distracting me or like people like munching and crunching on popcorn or like kids that can't like won't shut up. Like I hate to be like I know people are like, "Oh my god, stop complaining." But no, like you're here to watch a movie. Watch it and don't say anything. Oh, I will say I do appreciate like when the okay, I'm going to contradict myself. I do appreciate when like the audience is reactive and like energetic for like certain event like moments in the theater, like in game or even like this movie. People were very reactive for like certain moments in the movie, which
Ooh,
made me
I
happy
think the
because it.
first time I've ever seen fans at a movie be interactive in a movie, I took my daughters to see the midnight showing of one of the Harry Potter movies,
Oh
and it
wow.
I wanna say it was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1,
Mm.
I think, and it was where Ron and Hermione finally kissed,
Oh oh yeah,
and the whole theater started clapping, and it's like, "Yeah!" And I'm like, "Okay."
yeah. That's understandable. Yeah,
And then, like,
yeah.
me and Brittany went to see Deadpool and Wolverine, and, like, these parents brought their, like, 5 and 6-year-olds, and all they did was run the whole movie, and I was like,
That yeah, that pissed me off. There's
"No."
a limit to what I can tolerate,
Well,
and
first
that
of all, if I had a 5 or 6-year-old, they would not be going to see Deadpool and Wolverine.
yeah, it's rated R. What are you doing? Like, you can't find anybody to watch them. Like, I say this as someone who doesn't have kids, and I know healthcare, or not healthcare, daycare isn't readily available for
I
everybody.
mean, I'm sure you have, like, a friend,
Family,
a
yeah,
mom, a
a
dad,
friend,
somebody
yeah,
like,
somebody.
when my kids were little and me and my husband wanted to go do something, I would be like, "Hey, mom, can the kids spend the night with you?" 'Cause like, he got tickets to go see George Strait one night in Kenny Chesney. So, "Hey, mom, can the kids spend the night with you? We're going to the concert. I'll come and get them in the morning before you go to work." "Yeah, that's fine."
Yeah, I don't get
I've
it.
even had my uncle come over to my house and stay at my house and watch my children while we went to do something, and then when we got home, he left.
Yeah,
But I mean, I'm sure you could have found somebody to watch your children if you wanted to see the movie that bad.
yeah,
You
and
know,
it's
if it's
like,
a cartoon, yeah, I get it. 5 or 6-year-olds probably
yeah,
shouldn't bring them to a movie because, they not gonna be sitting still that long, depending on how long a movie is. But a cartoon, I get.
yeah, like Moana 2, that's
Yeah,
understandable. Yeah,
Deadpool, really?
right.
5 or 6-year-old?
Yeah, and
And then don't get mad when your kid walk out the theater and starts dropping F-bombs, cause that's what they just seen on the theater.
for real though, especially that end credit scene. Oh my god. Oh my god.
But I will have to say, like, our crowd, when me and Lexi went to see Wicked, they were pretty good. It wasn't that crowded. I think we went about quarter to 4? I think we went about quarter to 4. And, so there wasn't maybe 20 people there,
Oh, yeah.
most, in our theater.
I think I went at like 6 or 7. I don't remember.
But,
But
yeah,
it was
usually I try to
packed.
go, like, well, the best times, like, during school. If I
Yeah.
go, like, 3, there's not anybody in there hardly. So me and Brendan will go
Yeah.
see a new movie release at 3 o'clock on Thursday, and there may be 5 or 6 people in there, and there've been times it's just been me and him. I'm like, "Yep, mom rented out the whole theater."
I'm so done.
I was like, "I ain't
The
telling nobody anything different.
the
They don't
best
need to
times
know."
I'm done. The best times to go, so actually I didn't know this until like somewhat recently, are Tuesdays because it's cheaper. Because like most places do this. Like I know, like Georgia Theater Company apparently does this, and Fandango does this as well. But like it's like $6 movie tickets, and I think it's even cheaper if you go to like a matinee, because
Yeah, I
I
think our
did that.
matinees are like $7 and some change, and then if you
Yeah,
wait, and I think it's like after 4, they're like almost double, and that's even with a student discount. Because 'cause I'm a student. I'm a PhD student. Don't think I don't pull out my college ID and say, "I'm a
I'm done.
student."
I didn't even think. Oh, I wonder if they do military discount. I should.
Probably
That's
you need to be
crazy.
pulling out that military ID, Jordan.
I do. Because I normally do it. I don't normally buy my tickets on like Fandango, so I don't really. I don't think there's any way to
Well,
verify
I
with
mean, I
that.
buy mine directly from, like, the local theater's website, so it gives you the option of, like, college ticket, senior
Oh,
ticket, whatever.
oh wow. I'm gonna have to look into that. I didn't know that was even a thing.
So, yeah, you might need to look into that.
Yeah. So, what did you when you first heard about this movie and you heard who would be the two like main actresses, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo? What did you think? And this like before a trailer came out. What did
I
you
didn't even
think?
know who was playing in this movie until I literally sat down at
Oh
the
wow.
theater and started watching it, and then so when Ariana Grande come up, I'm sitting there going, "Okay, she looks really familiar."
Yeah.
Um, the singing was a little tough for me from her. It sounded more opera.
So
And so I leaned over to Lexi. I'm like, "Who's playing the good witch?" And she's like, "Mom, that's Ariana Grande." I was like, "Oh," I said, "That definitely did not look like her."
yeah, she really became that character, and I will say she was probably kind of paying homage to the original oh Chris, Kristen Chenoweth.
Mhm.
Um, she was very opera and is operatic in general when she sings.
Yeah, she's got a very high octave, from what I've
Yeah,
heard.
and just even the tone is very operatic, like the way
Mhm.
she sings. So
I
I
mean,
think
she
that
just
was like
talks, I mean, and Kristen just talks in, like, a little higher voice because
yeah.
I know she's been on Watch What Happens Live on Bravo before.
Oh, I love that show. Yeah,
Yeah, I do too
yeah,
because I like watching The Housewives. But,
yeah,
she's been on there and she just I mean, it's just her voice.
yeah.
It's
She
just
said
really
that.
high pitched.
So I don't know if you know this, but so I didn't really know it until I was because I've been binging so many interviews, which is why I did want to mention this. I know I'm wearing like a lot of bracelets and shit. It's because like I seen Cynthia Erivo. Well, she also has like a lot of earrings, and I actually love it. Like I wish I could get my ears pierced. And she has really long nails. I don't know if I would get them. Like if ever did that, I wouldn't get them that long because like I still need to wipe my ass. Like
Okay.
TMI, I know, but yeah, that would not work. But the I lost my train of thought. Oh, the yeah, I've been watching a lot of interviews and kind of find out Ariana Grande, she's been wanting to do this for like matter of fact, a couple of days or like a week or it was like after the movie premiered. Um she it was like 10 years recently. It made 10 years recently. And that obviously she was in her career, but early on in her career, like maybe maybe one or two albums in, but she's done like five or six or maybe seven. I can't remember. But I do love her, but my memory is just shit. But the she tweeted this was like so probably like 2014. She was like, "Oh my god, I just saw the Wicked musical again on Broadway. I really," she said something along the lines of like, "I really hope someday I can play Glinda in like a movie or some movie adaptation of it." And like it's crazy that that's what happened. Like she manifested it. Like she was able to do that. And but come to find out, she when she was like I don't even know how old she was, probably like 4 or 5 or like 6. She went to and I've seen this like in all the interviews. She went to like the Broadway show of Wicked. This is like her first time seeing it, and it was the original cast. Matter of fact, her grandma, she calls her Nona. She's the one that took her, um, and she was able to meet like Kristen Chenoweth like behind the scenes, and um, I can't remember what she. I think even at that young age, she was like 5 or 6, or maybe 4 or 5. I don't know, but really young. She told Kristen like, I want to be Glinda someday. I want to do this someday. And it was so sweet. And apparently Kristen Chenoweth like gave her like a little bottle of like like pink glittery like shower gel or something. And Ariana Grande said in interviews recently that like she would like use it like a little drop of it because like Kristen Chenoweth told her that it was magical or something, and yeah, but and come to find out they still like maintained that relationship, like they were still very close. And she said that whenever she found out that she got the role, like this role, she called up Kristen, and Kristen was like, she said in interviews that they sounded like dolphins on the phone because they're so high pitched. Like, oh my god, you got it!
I can
But
imagine
yeah,
that.
I know. But yeah, I love them together. And they both, she Ariana Grande paid homage, but also put her own spin on it. And did it fantastically. But with that being said, can we pause because I have an outfit that I want to do?
Oh no. Are we doing a costume change?
Yes.
We are getting costume changes from Jordan. So we're going to take a short break while he gets into costume.
Okay. Okay. I'm ready. Hello.
And we're back. So are we going to get the big reveal? Oh, he's going to be the good witch.
For
Go,
now,
Linda. Just
let's see who
go,
I am in a
Linda.
little bit. What did she say? Oh my god. Fall down. Oh my god. So I had to buy a whole ass fucking kid. Are you laughing at the ball gown? I had to buy a
I'm
whole ass.
laughing at the whole costume because it
Oh,
fits you to a T.
thank you. I had to buy a whole ass fucking like 5-year-old's dress outfit just to get this. This
Oh
came by
no.
itself. Yeah, this came by itself, and it was like, yeah, I had to put it together. The dress one came with this little tiny one, but like this one's better. But yeah,
Well, I mean, you're not 5 years old, so the little one would work for a 5-year-old.
yeah, yeah. And I threw that dress away. Sorry, not sorry. But I mean, I'm not gonna wear it.
Well,
It was like the
hey,
size of a doll, but
your
yeah,
money. It's your money. Do what you want.
but yeah, because like, don't get me wrong, like I tried to look for cheap, well, other options because I didn't want to buy like kids shit.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, this was the cheapest and the fastest way to get it because there was like other options, but they wouldn't get here in time. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. I'm about to just be here in this Wicked shirt and that's it. But yeah.
So, you ready to get into the actual movie?
Yes.
So Act 1 opens up with "No one mourns the wicked." So everybody is happy that the Wicked Witch from the West is dead, and they do a great song for all the little Oz people. Ozins, I think is
Yes.
what they're called. And
Asian.
then you see Glinda floating in like a big old bubble.
Oh my God, that's what I should have
And
opened with.
and this is my favorite, and this is what I'm gonna start using from now on. She tells
Yes.
the people, "It's good to see me, isn't it?" Every time I walk in
Yes.
a room, that's what I'm gonna say from now on.
That is from the Broadway musical. Just want to say that.
And then she goes, "No need to respond. It was rhetorical."
Yeah. Oh my God.
I
I
am so
love
gonna use
Glinda
that
so
line from
much.
now on when I walk into a room.
Right. Oh my God. Ariana Grande
Every
was
video
so
I have to
funny.
do for my PhD, I'm gonna open it with, "It's good to see me, isn't it?" Don't answer. It's rhetorical.
Right. Oh my God. That comment did not require a response.
No, it did not.
But yeah. So I want to say in this song, um, I did see the music, the slime tutorial, but there's so many details that you obviously miss in watching that. So I didn't realize it, and I actually didn't realize it until I seen like an interview of somebody talking about it, or either Ariana Grande or I think they talked about it, or maybe somebody else. I've watched so many interviews, and I've listened to so many like podcasts, just so much shit because I can't get enough of it. But somewhere, they said something about that when she's talking about in that song that, okay, well, before I get to that, the oh, when they brought out like the what was it? Come on, brain. When they brought out the, oh my God,
I have no
like the
idea what you're talking
statue,
about.
when they brought out the statue of the Wicked Witch, not
Oh,
statue, but like the thing that they
oh,
were
they're
going to
gonna
burn.
burn at the stake,
Yeah.
like,
And Ariana Grande, Glinda, like, even before that, when she first started singing, or no, no, yeah, yeah, when she started singing and I'm trying to remember. Damn, come on, brain. When the Aussians start singing like in the song, like there's one moment and I can't remember what he says, but one of the Aussians says something basically along the lines of like how much they hate the Wicked Witch, and the Ariana Grande's tone just shifts to, oh, they really hate my friend, my best friend. They really hate her. They are glad that she is dead. That's
mm,
like you see a shift in her, like realizing, oh, they really did not like her. They wanted, and they didn't like her, like, but for no reason. And well, there's a reason, but it's
is it where
not.
someone asks, "Why does wickedness happen?"
No, it's after that.
Oh,
Um, it's in the song somewhere. Damn. Let me see. I don't know. Hold up.
but then after we see Glinda, my first impression of her was like, she is a self-absorbent, egotistical bitch.
She is. Oh my god.
That was like my first thought of seeing her from the movie. And
She is.
then it goes into meeting the parents,
Oh my god. Yes.
the
Wait. Oh
the
yeah.
Wicked Witch of the West's parents.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Oh. Real quick. I remember what I was gonna say when she's singing. goodness knows the wicked die alone and this and that. She's talking about herself. So that, and that is a hint towards what could possibly happen in the second movie. I don't want to spoil it because yeah, but I've seen the musical, so I kind of pretty much know what's going to happen, and that's not really a big hint. Even yeah. Anyways, but yeah, when they show her parents, what do you did you realize who the oh not the parents? Did you realize who the have a little drink?
Oh, the lover
Uh,
guy?
yeah. Do you know who that was?
Mm-mm.
Are you sure?
I really wasn't paying that much of attention.
Do you think? Do you know? Do you do you have any idea or any suspicion of who Elphaba's father is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Cause yeah, I'm gonna shut up.
I definitely know it's not the gentleman that started off the song with the mother.
No, absolutely not. Also, can we talk about how adorable, well, at least for that scene, her little sister was? That little actress, oh my god. She was like, yep. Oh my god, the little squeak out her. Oh my god. She was so cute. So adorable. But yeah.
So
Um
do you think she was born green because of the green elixir the lover got the mother to drink?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I really want to tell you who her dad is cuz it's
You
pretty
can tell me
obvious.
off camera.
Okay. Okay.
I kind of felt bad because after the mother had her, and then the father was like, "Take her away." I was like, "That's kind of mean."
Oh my god. Yeah, that oh
It was like, as
like
a parent, I was like, "Okay,
and they
you still
say
should love the child."
so they say let me go bring up the lyrics for um the original like the Broadway soundtrack because they say worse things in that. Like there's one word they oh I remember without even looking it up when they're like it's uncanny, it's obscene. They don't say uncanny in the musical. They say it's atrocious. It's obscene. Uncanny is a little nicer than atrocious. Like atrocious, but they do still act like, oh my god, it's atrocious. Take it away. But yeah, and Dulce Bear, I don't remember the actress that plays her, but I love her voice. It was so calming. Um, but yeah, and it's crazy that he. Well, I will say, I do. I could. I don't want to defend this piece of shit, but I could have maybe kind of understand why um the mayor treats her at least differently because that's not his daughter. But that doesn't mean it's right.
Mm, mm, I get where you're going, but having um having a dad that uh is a stepdad, because
Yeah.
my brothers who were born before me, my mother was married before she married my dad, and her first husband passed away. My dad never treated us any different.
Well, I will
Never.
say,
Like, and I know, like, there's been times where I've heard step parents have treated, their stepchildren awful, or, you know, or even if as a historian, if you go back and you watch, like, historical movies, you can see where, and even, like, I don't wanna say this, but, like, even in the South during the slavery period when the master would sleep with the slave and she'd have a baby, the master's wife would treat that baby very badly.
Yeah, oh
So
yeah.
so I
Yeah.
get it. But then you have people like my dad who's like, "Oh, no, they're all 3 my children," even though he's not their
Yeah.
biological father. He never
Yeah.
called them stepsons, they were always his sons. Somebody
Yeah.
asked him how many children he has, he's like, "I got 2 sons and a daughter," or, "I have 3 kids." He never treated them different, and even his mom did not treat my brothers any different than she did any of her naturally relative grandchildren.
That's the way it should be. I will say, is in this, I can't believe I'm defending this asshole, but
But I get it. I
the
I understand where he was coming from.
yeah, and it's not even just that it's not his child. His
It's
wife
not his
cheated on
child.
someone.
His wife, you know,
Cheated
did
on
the little
him
hanky
to have
panky.
that child.
She got she
Yeah,
she got
but
she got a little hanky panky on the side
yeah,
because he was gone. He don't want
yeah.
it to ruin his position because,
As the
all
mayor,
those who
that's
are
what
in
I was gonna
power are
say.
afraid to lose it. So
Yeah,
he had his power position he was worried about. So I
yeah.
I see
But one can
sorta
also
his side.
yeah, but one could also argue because you're a mayor, you should be accepting of your child. You should call you shouldn't treat her differently than your other child. But yeah, and I can't believe we're getting ahead of ourselves. But I can't believe he blames her for what he did to his wife to have the second or for the what happens to the second child. But yeah,
So then we have, an Ozian come out and ask Glenda if it's true that you were her friend, to which Glenda kinda's like, "Yes, well, no, it depends on what you mean." So she was trying to kinda backtrack, "Bitch,
mm.
just be honest. Yeah, we were friends."
But then
And
you
then
can tell.
we departed. We didn't see eye to eye anymore.
Yeah, but I will say when she was saying that, she got emotional, and I love that they showed the flashback. Oh my god, this whole movie, I was like on the verge of crying, and then at the end, ugh, yeah, I gave up. But yeah, did you get emotional watching this?
I didn't because I wasn't that invested in it,
That's good.
but
Yeah.
my daughter at the end when, the Wicked Witch was singing "Defying Gravity," I looked over to her, I mean, the tears were flowing.
Oh my god,
And,
I
like, I
will
didn't
talk
even say
about that.
nothing to her, and she snapped at me, and I was like, "I'm just checking on you. Well,
Oh, you
damn."
looked at her and just,
Yeah.
oh my god,
I was like, "I love you, but damn, girl."
that's crazy. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't show you the shoes. Shit.
Oh, Lord.
Hold
Do
up.
you
Let
have
me. I
civil
didn't.
shoes to go with it?
Yes, I didn't. So I love Crocs. So I'm gonna show you the gibbets or whatever first because I put them on my black Crocs because I'm not wearing these. They're pretty. I'm not wearing them. I got them for the gibbets. There's no way I'm wearing them, but they're still really pretty. Hold up. Let me get it.
Oh, Lord.
Oh shit. Please don't
Don't
unplug.
fall.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna just show you these first. The
Don't fall.
gibbets.
Don't unplug your stuff.
Oh, there we go. Eh? Oh shit! I
Mm.
didn't mean to do that. Come on, computer. Okay. Why did I do? Oh, it's the button. My dumbass. So there's a bit of um other things on here, but there's a lot of wicked, like the little bubble. Yeah. And then this, her little crown, and then the yeah. I freaking love it. I probably put too many on here, and I'm scared they're gonna fall off. I hope they don't, because I don't want to have to. Because some of them came in a pack by themselves, but like the pink one, like the bubble. Well, yeah, the bubble. It came with these, which I'm trying to get, but I can't reach them because this cable is okay. There we go. So it before I show you is they did have male and female sizes. I'm still not gonna wear these. Look at this. It's a
Oh Lord.
heel. I'm not wearing that though. What the hell? I'm not wearing that. I tried to walk in them. I almost busted my ass.
I was gonna say, did you
I
fall?
almost did. Like I thought they
Oh,
were like
Jordan.
I thought they were just like platforms, not heels. But really, I only got them because the gibbets. And let me get the other ones, the alphaba. Well, I'll wait for those. I'll show them later when I change into my other costume. But
Oh
yeah,
my.
yeah, I only got them for the gibbets, and then also I got a discount on them too. Because
Hey, discounts work.
yeah, Crocs had a military discount, and they already had a discount on them because I guess nobody was buying them. And I can kind of see why, because they shouldn't have been heels. They should have had a platform option.
Hey, I mean, I've hit up the Coach store and got a $500 Coach purse for like $80, so I ain't
Oh
complaining.
wow,
It
yeah.
was like, "Oh, it's on sale, and then we'll give you this, and you take it up to the register, and it's another 30% off. Oh, your mom's over 65. Well, we'll give her a senior discount." I'm like, "Cool." So by the time I got done, it was like $80. I'm like, "That works for me."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then we move on, and we're at dear old Shits, which is the school.
Not shits. It is not shits. I'm done with
It's
you. It is
Shits
shiz.
with a Z,
Shiz. Huh?
with a Z,
Yeah, shiz. You said shits.
like shiznits.
I'm done.
Wasn't it Snoop Dogg that says that? I'm thinking.
I think so, yeah.
I think he says that. Shiznit or
I think
shiz.
it's him.
I think it's Snoop Dogg. So we get to see Galinda being wheeled in on a big old cart with all her luggage.
Oh, off subject. Well, going back to no one more. I'm sorry, my ADD.
Go ahead.
This is like the one of the few notes that I took. But Ariana Grande in the interview, she said that the higher that Galinda sings, the less truthful. I can't talk. Less
The less truthful
truthful
she is.
she's being. Yes, I'm like, oh shit! I didn't even think of that until like after I had watched the movie, and yeah, and she was like, yeah, Kristen Chenoweth was she was that way. I think she said she was that way in the musical as well, like on Broadway. But yeah, that blew my mind. But okay, yeah, dear old shiz.
And then we get to see Nessa Rose being wheeled in
Mm.
and her sister. Elphaba comes with her. And I guess everybody is looking at her kind of strange because I guess they've never seen someone this green.
Yeah. Speaking of, can I change?
Yeah,
Sorry to pause it. It won't take long
you're
though.
fine. You're fine.
Okay, let me.
So we're gonna go and let Jordan do his second costume change for us, and we'll be right back.
Okay, I'm ready.
And we are back. And we're going to get the review. Is that a broom?
Yes, and the hat.
Oh, Lord. I
This is
love
the
you,
other one that
Jordan.
I got.
I
Huh?
love you. I love you.
Thank you. Oh, let me show you the shoes too. Again, there's not just like the pink ones. There's not many gibbets or whatever on them because I took most of them off and put them on my black ones. Let me. Eh, they're so
Nice.
pretty, and the thingy, look, it's like really pretty. But yeah, okay. Oh, one more thing, and I have. This is the thing that I was hoping would arrive today, but it didn't. Um, I have a Glinda version of this, but it didn't arrive today. So I'll just show the Elphaba one. And it's a little bracelet.
Mm,
And it even
nice.
has the little green elixir bottle and then Wicked and the hat. But yeah. I think the Glinda one has like I think it has this, her crown, and maybe Popular on it. I don't remember. But yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you got your Halloween costume for next year.
I do. I also have this is off subject. I do have the Wiccan shirt um from Agatha All Along, like the purplish bluish one that he has on. I have that one because they were selling it at Hot Topic, and it was like one size bigger than what I normally wear, but it was the only one they had left. And I put it on and it actually fits perfectly. So I guess I'm getting fat.
You can't go by size anymore.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I will say I've gained like 10 pounds since I've been here, so
Well, I
I
mean,
need
if we were going to wear witch's hat, I could have pulled mine out to
it.
to go with my black heart.
I'm done with you. I'm so done. But yeah, this is actually like official. I think it might be for kids because it barely fits. But yeah, it's like the official Elphaba one. I do wish it could collapse like the one in the movie because that was so cool. It was. I love that hat. So it's so pretty. All the costumes in this movie are pretty. But yeah,
Yeah, the costumes were very good in here. So we get our first glimpse of Nessa Rose. And what do you think about their dynamic as sisters?
I don't think. I think trying to hide the tag. I think she was
Okay, Mini Pearl.
Pearl.
Mini Pearl.
Who's
Look it
Pearl?
up when we're done.
Let me make a note because I'll forget. Let me make a note because I will forget. Are you talking about Pearl like the movie? Like
No,
the
no,
killer? Oh, because
no.
I haven't seen that.
This was before your time.
Oh,
This was way before your time, Jordan.
let me just do it like this. This is not how she wears it in the movie. But oh well. But what did I think about Nessa Rose? Um I think I preferred her. I preferred their relationship as a when they were kids. I think the older they got, the more Nessa Rose took her father's side and
Mm-hmm.
started to hate. Well, maybe not hate Elphaba, but she began to be more ashamed of her, which is also, excuse me, which is also like what her father did as well. He was ashamed of Elphaba. He did also hate her, clearly, but yeah. What did you think about her?
Um, you could see that she was very spoiled, but not as spoiled as Galinda.
Yeah.
Um, and that Elphaba always tried to look out for her and put her best interest before her own.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out.
But the, we'll get into it. I don't want to get ahead.
So then we have Madame Marble, who
Oh,
evidently is the head mistress.
I want to say I love that actress in um The Greatest Showman. Oh my god, she was so good. She was actually she was the bearded lady in The Greatest Showman, but she was so good. She can really sing. But yeah,
I mean, there's worse head mistresses. Excuse me. There's worse
very
head
true.
mistresses like Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah. Oh my god. But as much as I hated her, Umbridge, I loved watching her, and she was in. It was all pink. Oh, loved it. But I hated
The
her.
Food Network's
Oh,
been doing this thing called Baking Wizards, and it's all Harry Potter centered. You can go stream it on Max, but they have to make like showpieces pertaining to different Harry Potter stuff. It's a baking competition. It's really cool. You need to go check that out.
oh wow.
Yeah, it
I didn't even
streams
know
on
about
Max.
that.
Yeah, it streams on Max.
Hmm.
But she's welcoming all the students back to the shizniz. I mean shiz.
I'm so done.
And then I guess we get to meet Shin Shin and who was the other girl? It was the that always hung out with Galinda.
Wait, Shin Shin is the guy, right?
Yeah,
Bo
Shin
and
Shin's the
Yang.
guy. Who was the
Okay,
girl?
I don't remember.
Finne? Finne?
I don't remember because I was honestly, I was, I enjoyed Bo and Yang more because he was funnier. Oh, I liked her character as well, and I think her character is actually in the musical. His wasn't, but Ariana Grande like wanted him in the movie, which is crazy. But yeah, she was like she because tangent, but he's on SNL, and the I think he kind of knew that they wanted him in the movie or that she wanted him in the movie, but I guess SNL like the head people of SNL were like, no, you can't because you'll miss shows or you won't have it won't work time wise. And Ariana Grande called like the head of SNL and was like, hey, I don't give a fuck about that. He's gonna be in this movie. She didn't say that, but she was just basically like begging, like, please, please, please. And they finally listened. But yeah, I thought that was funny.
So the mistress goes up and I guess introduces herself and asks if this is Nessa Rose. And she made the comment of what a tragically beautiful face you have.
Yeah, I think she said that because she was in a wheelchair. So I think it might have been a
Mm-hmm.
backhanded compliment,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm
There
not.
seemed like there was a lot of backhanded compliments in this whole movie.
Yeah,
And then Elphaba goes, I'm the other daughter. I'm beautifully tragic.
yeah, yeah. I loved how Elphaba like she knew she was green. She knew people didn't like it, but she didn't give a fuck. Like she wasn't. Maybe she was self conscious about it, or maybe she did care, but she didn't let people see that, which I liked. Like it's okay to have feelings, but sometimes you cannot show them. Oh my God, Frozen, Elsa, which was kind of loosely based off of this actually, but the but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I just love that she didn't care about, or she didn't let people know that she cared about what they say.
Mhm. So then we see them trying to will away Nessa Rose, and Alphaba is like, "I usually take care of my sister," and there seems to be, like, some kind of fight where the wheelchair gets torn out of, Mistress Marble's hand and wills itself back to Alphaba, and then everybody wants to know how she did that.
Mm-hmm. Well, before it was before it like gets back to Alphabet, it like gets in the freaking it gets launched up in the sky, like in the air, which was a practical effect. They did so much practical stuff on this, which blew my mind. But that was a practical stunt, and I don't think they wanted to do that at first with the actress that plays Nessa Rose, because she is like actually like
Afraid of
in a
heights or stuff?
wheelchair,
Oh,
huh?
she's actually in a wheelchair?
Yeah, she's actually a handicap or
I did not know
yeah,
that.
yeah, and so she was excited that she actually got to do like, and I thought that was so cool. That's like I'm pretty sure that's one of the few like stunts ever that a person in a wheelchair has ever gotten to do, like in Hollywood in general, because they don't want Hollywood doesn't want to do that. They don't want to deal with the liability. They don't want to like in case something happens that isn't supposed
Oh,
to
yeah.
happen. They don't. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool that they did that practically, and it looked better because it was practical. But yeah,
And then the mistress asked, Elphaba, "Have you thought about sorcery?"
right. It's not that I have an ulterior motive. Oh my god.
I mean, I would like to learn some sorcery. I mean,
Right. Right.
I have a list.
For real, I have a list. Yeah, all them boys that was like picking on me. Yeah, I want to do more than just throw rocks at them.
To which, Mistress Morble says, "I shall tutor you myself." Now, Mistress Morble was played by Michelle.
Yo.
Oh, yes. And so during the movie, I'm like, okay, I know her. And so I
Mm-hmm.
asked Alexis, like, who is that? And she's like, yeah, that's Michelle Yeoh. I was like, she was the chick that was in Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought she did a really good job because, like, she did a really good job of hiding her true character. I'll put it that
Oh
way.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And I didn't know that she had powers. I don't know if they did that in the musical. There's a lot of things that they expanded upon in the movie, which I do love it. I don't even if it even the stuff that wasn't done in the musical. I'm glad they did it. Whatever changes, but um, yeah. And oh, actually, yeah, she did have powers in the musical because she. I'm not going to say it, but she does something in the second movie,
Mm.
and I will leave it at that. I don't know if they're going to do it in the movie, but they do it in the musical. She doesn't in the musical, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah.
Nice. So Mistress Marble, decides that Alphaba is gonna be a student at the school now. And since, pretty much all the dorms have been taken, poor Alphaba gets stuck with rooming with none other than the egotistical Galinda. But I did find it quite interesting that you're fine. That the mistress was like, "Oh, I'm gonna write to the wizard, and maybe you can be the Grand Vizier."
Yeah, Vizier. That's in the original, and I'm like, the
And
fuck
the
is
first
that?
time I heard Vizier, I was like, "Oh, so you're gonna be Jafar from Aladdin."
Not just. I'm done.
I was like, he was the Grand Vizier for. for the Sultan, and he was really evil.
I didn't know that.
Mhm. Jafar was really evil.
I do remember that he was like he worked there before he became. Well, he was always evil, but before he kind of like let it show. But that's funny because in this, she's kind of what's her name, Madame Morrible. She's kind of already the vizier, or whatever. If we're
Mhm.
going off that, she's kind of the Jafar, like in this, because Dr. Oz is he's the big bad,
Yeah.
but she works for him, so
Mhm. So then we go on to the next, what I would say, big scene, and probably one of the bigger songs of the show, "The Wizard and I," which I actually enjoy this song for some odd, strange reason. Because you finally can see, like, oh, so I'm actually might be important, is how Alphaba is looking at this, and that, I might be somebody instead of, like, this mistake my father thinks I am.
yeah, like I might actually have a chance at being, yeah, useful and not, and maybe I'm not, like, yeah, basically what you just said. I'm just reiterating it. My bad.
And then we
But yeah,
see both of them sitting in the dorm together, Galinda and, Alphaba, and they're writing letters to their parents.
the
And
real quick,
go ahead.
just a little tidbit. The desert that they show, that's from the Wicked books.
Nice.
It's called the Deadly Desert. So yeah, just a little tidbit. But okay, but yeah,
And then they start telling each other how much they loathe each other.
this is my favorite song, and this is the first um song to release like officially on the Wicked YouTube. And before that, before the movie officially released. Oh yeah, I saw it on Wednesday. It was like an early screening. Thank God, because I was so excited. I was impatient to see this. But the even it released before even that, like Monday or Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday, but like early on. But they released like a minute version. Oh no, I think it came out that weekend before, but a minute version or minute clip of that. It was like the first minute of Popular, and I'm like, oh my god, the choreography. Oh, not only that, but also the choreography there. Like, well, they did say that they made the whole um, and this goes back to also well, to all the music, most of the music, but also the first song, "No One Mourns the Wicked," because you can hear it there as well. Um, but they made the whole most of the sets. I'm pretty sure they made them all like sound stages, so that's why you could hear like this stomping in "No One Mourns the Wicked" and also in Popular. Not Popular. You could probably hear it. You can hear stuff in that too, but in
Oh, where the
Loathing.
prince guy comes in
Oh yeah,
and
that
they're in
one
the
too.
library?
Dancing Through Life. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Popular is where she's like trying to make her popular, or yeah. But in the Loathing, when they hate each other and they're talking about it. Um, I love the choreography, especially like when they were in the cafeteria. Oh my god, it was so good. But yeah, sorry to interrupt. My
You're
bad.
good, you're good. I find it funny that, like, all the students just think that Glinda is, like, the nicest, sweetest, caring person when she really deep down doesn't come across that way to me.
Yeah, exactly. Like she's good when people are watching. She's only good because she wants people to know that she's good or that she thinks she's good.
I think she got some dirty secrets we don't know about yet.
Um, well, they haven't showed them yet, so in the second one, yeah, they mainly happen in the second. Yeah, you can
Okay.
kind of hear, you can kind of see at the towards the end where she's leaning towards. Um, but I'll leave it at that until the second one comes out and we review it. But yeah,
Then our next scene, we see Dr. Dillamon's class, and Dr. Dillamon is a goat
yes, he is. I,
who can talk.
when I first watched the slime tutorial of this, I didn't realize that. Well, I guess I don't think I ever listened to that song on the soundtrack because honestly, it's not that good, and I don't really care for it. But it does serve a purpose, and I think they did a way better job of it in the movie. Well, yeah, I like what they did with it in the movie, and I'm glad that it wasn't that long because he is saying bad for the longest fucking time, like something bad. Oh my
Hmm.
god! But
Well,
yeah,
I think my favorite part of this whole scene was where he went to say um Galinda and he went Glinda and she goes,
yeah,
"It's Gla Linda.
and
Ga
yeah,
Linda."
yeah. Oh my god! Ah, there was some other funny thing. Oh, Alphaba said something, and I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. But also, well, this whole time, Glenda is so funny.
Oh,
Like, and
and then in this scene, Alphaba goes, "Well, maybe pronouncing your precious name isn't the sole purpose
yes,
of Dr. Dillamon's life."
yes. Oh my god, that one. And I want to go back real quick. Sorry, but the beginning or at the end or close to the end of No One Mourns the. No, it's the end where she turns the bubble back on, and she can't hear people.
Mhm.
That was so funny, and apparently that wasn't scripted. That was like improvised. Ariana Grande just did that. Another one that was funny was come on. Oh, when she I don't know if it was improvised, but when she was like, oh, what did she say? She was like, I don't feel something feels bad or something's not right. I didn't get my way. Oh my god, that was so good. And then she was like, I need to lay down. Oh my god, it was so good. Oh my god, it was so funny. One of my that was I love that so much. But yeah, even yeah, just throughout the whole movie, she is so funny. But yeah,
Also, in this scene where the professor is having a little issue with Galinda, she goes, "I don't see why you can't just teach us history instead of always harping on the past." As he explained why animals are suddenly disappearing and
yeah,
whatever.
eh,
And then he
like
goes to pull the board down, and somebody has wrote on the chalkboard, "Animals should be seen, not heard." And
mm.
then he dismisses class.
When she said, "I don't know why you're talking about history," when we and she was basically like, "What's the word?" Like counteracting herself. I'm like, "Girl, the past is history, so we're gonna talk about it." Like, what are you like? She was like, "Yeah, I don't know why we're focusing on the past when you're supposed to be teaching us history." I'm like, did you not hear? Do you not hear what comes out of your mouth? Like,
No,
like
she's so
no.
absent-minded. She gets the true meaning to being blonde.
Yes, yeah, and I love that they did that with her. Like, but Yeah. Yeah.
And then we move on and we see that the professor is talking or something bad is happening and he's explaining to Alphaba and I kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah. Yeah. And apparently it seems that like they're literally losing their voices.
Mhm.
Like yeah, and it's like that's crazy. I don't know how they could do that, but it is interesting. Oh, that's what it was. They're putting them in cages, which I guess is making them become more animalistic. I don't know.
Mhm.
I think the cage has something to do with it. I don't know.
And then we see Mistress Marble and Alphaba and they're talking where she goes, I heard there was some sort of disturbance in the class and asked the professor if he was all right. Do you think at this time Alphaba's starting to figure things out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Um, I like that she stayed after when he after he dismissed the class and helped clean that up or clean whatever he knocked over up.
Mhm.
Um, and he was like, "Oh yeah," because she was like, "I don't have friends," and he was like, "Well, it seems that you made one."
Yeah, talking about
Yeah,
himself. Mhm.
yeah, but no, yeah, I think she's kind of understanding what. Who do you think did that? Who do you think put that on the board? They don't really stay in the musical, so I have no idea. But well, I have my suspicions. But
I think it was Mistress Marble.
yeah, Madame Morrible. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, me too. Either her or the other one, the one that was trying to will Nessa Rose around. I forgot her name, but yeah. Damn, I can't. What was her name? I don't
I don't
remember.
remember. Well,
But
then
yeah.
our next scene, we get to meet the prince that all the girls are gonna flock to.
Oh yeah. So I will say I didn't really watch Bridgerton. It was, I mean, I've seen a couple or like one episode of it, like the first episode. It was okay. Not really my cup of tea. And I didn't really think he was that attractive. But in this movie, he's still not really my type. But he is. I see why people are attracted to him, like as an actor. Yeah, and his Alphaba, the first scene that we have of him when he sees Alphaba in the woods. Oh my god, that was so funny. And then the horse was talking and cracking up and laughing at him. That was amazing. Also, little behind the scenes tidbit. That was his horse that he used in Bridgerton, I think. I think they used. I don't know. I haven't seen Bridgerton. I think it was Bridgerton, but yeah, he was like, I really want this specific horse that I used in Bridgerton to be my horse here, and he got it. Or yeah, him, her, but yeah, he got the horse. But yeah, that whole scene was hilarious. Yeah, because he was like, "Oh, I didn't see you there," and then he said something like, "Oh, well, you kind of blended in with the foliage." I'm like, that's fucked up. What? That's mean, but funny. But yeah.
I like the part in this scene where um Bach was talking to Glinda and he goes, "I
Mm,
know I'm just a munchkin, but munchkins has feelings too." And he's been trying to tell her that he's kind of got a crush on her. And
yeah.
she calls him Bick.
Yeah, Bick. I'm like, oh my god. She's just like roasting him unintentionally. But what she does at the end of Dancing Through Life is very conniving. It's like That's crazy that you would do that. And then the print. I think I'm getting ahead of myself, but
Well,
the
we're at the next scene where they're singing "Dancing Through Life."
yeah, well, yeah, and then what does she say after she like gets Bach to ask out Nessa Rose? Um, oh, the prince sees her or is there after that happens and is like, I forgot what he said to her, but her response, I don't know what you're talking about. I love helping. She said something like that. I
Love helping
love,
people.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay,
So
potato, potato.
in the song "Dancing Through Life," there's a line in there. It says, "Life is painless for the brainless."
That is a hint at something, and I will leave it alone. You tell me if you know if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Is he talking about a Tin Man?
Yep.
I was like, damn.
Wait, is it the Tin Man that is brainless, or is it this?
Yeah, the Tin Man wanted a brain. Or the
No.
no, the lion wanted courage. The Tin Man wanted a heart. The Scarecrow
Yeah.
wanted the brain.
Yeah. So, well, there you go. Well, yeah. And I know you obviously can tell where the lion comes from. It's that baby lion. But yeah, I'm not going to say how they become, but yeah, he becomes the Scarecrow, and um, Bach becomes the Tin Man in part two. I'm not going to say how, so I don't think that's a spoiler. Sorry if I did say too much, but yeah.
So then, after Bot goes and asks Nessa Rose out on Glinda's command, so to say, um, we see Alphaba and Nessa Rose talking, and Nessa kind of thinks that her sister's gonna be upset because Glinda got the guy to ask her out, but I think she's kind of happy that the guy asked her sister out.
You think Elphaba's happy that she?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Before she finds out who did it or who got him to do it, that's when she's like, "Wait, hold up. I don't like that she is the reason that y'all are together." And I don't blame her because she loves helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, but no, I think at first she is happy for her, and I'm happy for her too because she can finally stop being fucking embarrassed by Alpha. Like, bitch, go away.
And then we
If
have a
you,
scene between
yeah,
Nessa Rose and Bach, and you thought he was gonna be like, "Oh, well, I only asked you out to try to impress Galinda," and
oh
he
yeah,
goes, I got something to confess," and, Nessa Rose goes, "Is it because I'm in this chair and you felt sorry for me?"
yeah.
And then he
Oh,
covers it up by saying, "Oh, no, you're so beautiful."
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, okay, he's really beating around the bush, and also, I hate to be that person, but th- I'm about to get on a fucking tangent or
Go
a
ahead.
podium or whatever that thing's called. The um, so for musical, I will say this still is the best musical to movie adaptation. However, I really it really gets on my nerves when they hire people that can't really sing or don't sound that great, at least compared to the musical, like the stage musical. Cause, and I love. I mean, they do a good job. Nessa, the person that plays Nessa, she does a good job, but I don't really like her singing. And honestly, I do listen to Dancing Through Life a lot, but I skip her part because it's
I felt
It
that way with Anne Hathaway in Les Mis.
yeah.
I thought she really tried to over sing the song.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I skip Michelle Yeoh's parts as well. And I feel bad because she does such a good job when she's like just speaking. But singing, I could ooh, it was rough. Like at the beginning, oh, at the beginning, Lord forgive me. But at the beginning of what was the song? The Wizard and I skip her
Mhm.
part because I don't want to hear that. And this isn't a spoiler, this is just a hint. She has more singing parts in the second movie, and I'm like, oh god. Hopefully they use more autotune or something. I don't know. Okay, I'm done complaining. But yeah, that's the only nitpicks I have that I can think of for now.
So they're down at the ballroom all dancing, and Miss Marble comes up to Glinda and hands her a small wand and says it's a training wand.
Training one, yeah. Oh my
Is
god.
it like a training bra?
Yeah, and what she says when she hands it to, she's like, I didn't want to do this, but Elphaba said that I
Oh,
had
yeah,
to.
she said, Glinda goes, "What?" And she says, "Don't think me this was your roommate's idea."
All
And
right.
then Marble goes, "Yeah, Miss Alphaba requested that I include you in sorcery class. She insisted I tell you this very night or she would quit the seminar." And then Galinda
Yeah,
goes, "But why?" And then Moral goes, "I have no idea. My personal opinion is you do not have what it takes.
exactly.
And
Oh
I
my
hope you'll
god.
prove me wrong, but I doubt you will."
Oh my god.
The shade, the shade.
For real though. The but I'm glad that she's that's not honestly, that's not even shade. That's honesty.
I
I'm
mean,
glad she
yeah,
was
she being
honest with her.
honest. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes your honesty can be shade.
Yeah. But as you can tell, she wants what Elphaba already has. She has everything, but what she wants is what Elphaba, who doesn't have much, she does have that though.
Mhm.
But yeah,
So then
I found
Alphaba
that
walks
interesting.
in, and all the students gasp,
Yeah.
and they start talking and laughing at the way she's dressed. And then she begins to dance. And then Galinda goes and starts dancing with her.
So this dance was, they do that in the musical, and I'm like, why? But now I kind of get it more. Like she does her own thing. She doesn't. Well, as they said, she doesn't care what people thinks, but she really does. But she just doesn't show it.
Mhm.
Um, but and at first when I was watching this in the movie theater, I was like, why are people getting emotional over this? Because this is kind of one of the weirder parts for me. But once I seen Ariana Grande join her, and like, well, even before she joined her, she just kind of stood there, and then Ariana eventually joined her. But you've seen all the people looking at her, like, oh, I don't know, something hit because it just, people in I wasn't really bullied hard or that bad in like school, but it did happen sometimes, like because the gay kid, oh look at the gay kid, ha ha ha, whatever. But seeing that really struck a chord, and then because you're the black sheep, you're the one that people don't want to accept, but you want to be accepted. Because
Mhm.
like I mean, we're both flesh and blood. Why do you hate me so much? Or this, anyways. But and then she started crying, and then which also this part was not scripted. This was like I can't think of the other word. Not scripted. The when eventually you see Elphaba like crying,
Mhm.
and Glinda like wipes her tears. That wasn't scripted. That just happened. And actually, that was really just Ariana Grande just like kind of comforting Cynthia Erivo. And that's another thing I want to say, off subject but related to this. I love the fact that these actresses, even like behind the scenes, they developed a genuine friendship. Because before this movie, they didn't know each other. They didn't even screen test together when they were like auditioning for this. Their screen test was the first day of shooting,
Mm.
which blew my mind considering how close they are now and how like they have a genuine friendship, and I love that. But yeah, I love yeah. At first that whole scene, I was like, I don't really get it, but then I'm like, oh, I get it now, and it made me emotional. Yeah. What did you
But then
think of it?
after the party,
Oh,
I liked it. I kind of seen, where Alphaba was like, I don't care what people think. I'm gonna do my own thing.
yeah,
But deep down, she really cares, and it really
yeah,
hurts her feelings.
yeah,
But she puts on the facade that, oh, nothing bothers me.
yeah.
And then you saw I would say, like, the one break in Glenda where, oh, she actually does have, like, some sort of human emotion
Yeah.
instead of, like, all this fakeness, I wanna
Yeah,
say.
when she broke from her friends because they were like, "What are you doing?" It was like, "No, shut up." Or I don't remember what she said, but yeah. Yeah, they told her to stop and she was like, "No." But yeah, I love that.
So after the party, they bust into their dorms, and, so Glinda tells Elphaba that, she's gonna marry the prince, and he goes, "He's asked you already?" And Glinda goes, "He doesn't know yet."
Yes, oh my god. I love her so much. Oh my god. That was so good. My mom even laughed at that part. Oh my god. Like laughed out loud. I'm like, okay, good. But yeah. And
And
there
then
was a
and then
few
it goes on
yeah.
where they tell each other a secret, and then Alpha finally breaks down and says that her
Yeah.
father hates her and that her father blames her for the way her sister is
Before
because
that,
the
oh,
father made the mother chew milk flowers day and night.
yeah. Real quick before that, I think it's before that when she after Glenda shares her secret, and then I think she asked Elphaba for her secret, and she's like, I don't really have one or something. Maybe it was that. I think it was that. And Arna, and then Glenda gets mad, and she like goes to her bed and pouts and like puts her head down, and then looks back and then puts her. That was so funny. Oh my god! I think it was that part that
Yeah,
she did
that
that. But yeah,
because evidently it works with her parents all the time.
yeah, pouting. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, I didn't get what I want. Let me pout some more. Or yeah, yeah,
And so then Alphaba tells her about her sister, and then they realize it's tomorrow and that they haven't gotten any sleep. And then
yeah.
Galinda goes, "Do you mind if I call you Alfie?" And then we go into the scene to the song "Popular,"
Yes.
which evidently is one of your favorite songs.
Yeah, I do love it. And honestly, having seen the musical, I think I don't know which one I like more. I think it might be a tie, but oh no, yeah, popular in this movie, popular is so much better than I was gonna say. I don't know. It was a in my mind. It was a tie between what is this feeling? The loathing song, and then popular. But in this, she did something that was not done in the musical because Ariana Grande can hit those whistle notes. I'm not nothing against Kristen Chenoweth. She she was the blueprint, and I love, and she also hit whistle notes in No One Mourns the Wicked, which was incredible as well. But I love that she added that because I was like, oh, please don't sing it for both of these characters. I was like, please don't sing it like to a T like the musical. Add your own little, flavor to it. And that little they added a section to this song. Um I'm not going to sing it, but where she like kind of dances around and hits really and hits whistle tones. All that part was not in um, that little break in it was not a part of the Broadway version, but I love it so much. It was so good. But yeah.
There's a part in the song. Let me see if I can find it. Where she goes, "When I see depressing creatures with unpreposing features."
Oh, prepossessing features or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn."
Right. She is roasting her in this like damn. Like tell me how ugly I am. Like, oh my god. Yeah. She didn't hold anything back.
And then we go, and then we see that the students are back in Dr. Dillman's class with the lion cub.
Oh yeah.
And we see the prince saying to Elphaba, who's like flipping her hair, and he notices her flipping her hair and says, "You've been Galindified,"
Oh yeah. Toss.
and that you don't have to do that.
Right. Yeah. Oh my god. That's from the musical as well. Yeah.
And then Dr. Dillman tells him that it's going to be his last day here at Shiz,
Oh,
and that he is no
oh,
longer permitted to teach there.
that part was crazy. It was so aggressive. Like and they pulled him by his horns. Oh my god. I don't think it was
Mhm.
like I'm pretty sure it wasn't that aggressive in the Broadway version. But I think it is better that they were that way in this to like um create confrontation or whatever, but create I can't think of the word. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. But yeah.
Mhm. It kind of make you feel bad.
Absolutely. I'm like, I wouldn't want somebody pull they basically like I don't have horns, so I don't know what it would feel like, but it's like I guess I could only I can imagine is like somebody pulling me by my ear like out of a classroom or something. Like that's fucked up.
And so
Like
the new professor comes in, and he's the one that introduces the cage with the animal in it.
mm,
And have you noticed, like, every time that Alphaba, like, starts to get angry, she's able to, like, do her sorcery?
yeah. That and I don't know if you noticed, but that's when she would have these meetings because this that wasn't a part of the Broadway version, but when she would have these, I don't think it was because her sorcery they don't do that much with it in the musical in the Broadway version. Um, really, her only power in the at least the Broadway version. I don't know about the book that this is based off or loosely based off of. Um, the but really her only thing in the musical from what I'm tracking is the broom. She does do something at the beginning um when they're at Shiz and her sister's there. She does like move stuff around a little bit, but it's not like moving it up in the air, like sending her sister like 20 feet in the air. It's nothing like that. But I'm
Mhm.
glad that they did more with it in the movie, like gave more depth to it, and made her kind of more powerful. The but what I was going to say was whenever, yeah, the whole Madame Morrible. those meetings did not happen in the musical, but in the Broadway version, but they would she what am I trying to say? Especially the first time that she met her, she was I don't know if you noticed, but she was like trying to like antagonize her, trying to piss her off so she could see her what was it, throw that coin into the glass or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah, it only happens when she's very emotional or very angry. Yeah.
And then it was funny because like her sorcery affected everyone but except her and the prince.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know why that happened.
So I'm wondering, like, there's got to be a connection with them.
I'm gonna shut up. I don't want to
So
spoil
then
the
they
second.
then they take the animal and they run off to try to save the animal.
Yeah, and that, as we said, as we talked about earlier, that does become the lion from the which I think I don't know how he starts being able to talk, but I would assume because he's out the cage, at least for the movie's purpose or whatever, that's how he is able to learn to talk or whatever, not being in a cage. Because I think the whole theory of the movie is that obviously isn't real life, but in Oz, when animals are in cages, they lose their ability. They literally lose their voice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
So next, then we move on to Alphaba singing "I'm Not That Girl," which I kind of like this song.
you said you kind of liked it, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, it's really pretty. And there's a reprise in the second one as well. There's more
So,
songs in this one, but there are some good ones. Yeah, but yeah,
I
and her
mean, I feel like she's not just talking about she has feelings for the prince, but I think just her feelings in general toward everything.
yeah, she feels like she doesn't. Oh, what's that thing called? Oh, there's a term that people use for it, and I felt it before. Like this isn't real life. I don't deserve this, or like that's too good for me. That feeling, I can't remember what it's called. I don't really feel it that much, but like, uh, damn, I can't think of what it's called. But yeah, there is a term for that. I dang.
And then we move on to the next theme, to the wizard, and we see Mistress Marvel enters, and she's carrying an umbrella and she's holding it over Elphaba to protect her from the rain.
Oh yeah, I remember
And
that part. And I didn't
I'm
even
like,
think about.
and I didn't think about it at first, but I'm like, oh, if she gets wet, she'll melt.
Yeah.
So
So I don't know.
how did Marvel know that?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I'm not going to comment on that because I don't want to. That's that's a big spoiler in the second
Mm.
one. I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, I didn't even
But
think of. Oh, I
yeah,
didn't
go
even think
ahead.
about that until my mom brought it up. I'm like, oh, I didn't even. That's yeah. Oh shit. But yeah.
So then she tells her that she finally heard back from the wizard and that she's finally gonna get to see the wizard. And then when we see them at a train station, and Nessaros tells uh Alphaba that she's proud of her and that father would be too. I ain't too sure about that.
Mm, yeah, I don't believe that. That's a fucking lie.
And then Alphaba talks Glinda into going with her.
Oh yeah, that whole part that they showed in the trailers a lot. No, you can't. No, I can't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming. That
Mhm.
was improvised by Ariana Grande. I'm like, what? That was so good. That was so Glenda. But yeah, that was improvised. But yeah, the are we going to talk about One Short Day
That's the next
next?
thing coming up.
The beginning when like the chorus at the beginnings, if we only had, yeah, all that was not in the musical, but I'm so glad they put it in because oh my god, it was so beautiful. That whole song is one of my that might be aside from like
That
Defying
whole scene
Gravity.
was pretty. I think that whole scene was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you noticed it. There's a part that's like that. The whole part about the Grimmery. So the Grimmery is in the musical, but not that much. But in this, they kind of gave it more lore, which I love. Did you notice who the two women that were singing about it?
Yeah, it was Kristen Chenoweth and the other girl that was in the Broadway show with her.
Yeah, and Dina
And
Menzel. They
yeah, did you see where Ariana Grande came up to sing and then Kristen put her
yes,
hand over her mouth like nope, nope.
yes. Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. But yeah, they were the original Alphaba and Glinda on Broadway, and I didn't know that they was going to be in this. Like that was a big surprise, and I was so happy that they were. Oh, it was so good. It was, and then not only were they in it, and not only were like they being funny, like and stuff, but Indina Menzel got to do her. They call it the battle cry, the Defying Gravity battle cry, the mm-hmm, that
Mhm.
she got to do hers, and I'm like, oh, that was so cool. And they kind of even like sended them off, like kind of giving the obviously they love the Cynthia Riva. Yeah, yeah, I love that they um were very supportive of them. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that whole scene. Oh, and then oh my god, and then the last harmonies before they say the wizard will see you now. Um, oh, the one. I'm not gonna do it, but the one when they say the last notes, like when they say one short day at the end
Mhm.
before, yeah, the harmonies there. Oh my god, I shit you not. I was listening to that like I would rewind to just that part because it was so good. And then the person that said the wizard will see you now. Oh, first of all, I didn't know this, but found out about it when in one of Ariana Grande's interviews. So the wizard will see you now. That is from the Broadway musical. They were not going to use that. They want to say something else, and I'm like, you can't do that. And Ariana
Yeah,
Grande told, huh?
you can't do that. That's like
Yeah,
the wizard
people
will
will
see
be
you is like the
pissed.
biggest part of the whole show.
Yeah, and she told them that, and they were like, "Okay, we'll put it back." But the person that said the wizard will see you now, that is the one that wrote the Wicked musical. Like
Mm.
he not only did he write it, but he also like created like the instrumentals pretty much, and also what was it? What was the one? There's one of the songs in damn, I don't remember which one it was, but he's said it a lot. There's one song, I don't remember which one it is, but it's like the notes of it are similar to, or they're the same notes of somewhere of the first few lines of the chorus of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but like done at different things. Like he kind of tweaked it to make it, you know, not copyrightable or whatever. But
Mhm.
yeah, I love that they had so, and they, that wasn't the only three people that were from like the original musical or the creator of the musical. Like there were other people, there were other Elphabas that were on Broadway. There were, yeah, a lot of people, and there was also, I forgot her name, but I think she was also in that scene, the the One Short Day scene. But she partnered with um the writer of the musical. I forgot what she did, but she was a big part of it. But I think she was like the clothing or something. I don't remember. Set design, I think, something like that. But yeah,
Nice. So next we get to meet the wizard, and he lets us
yes.
know that he is a sentimental man.
Oh my. So I don't really care for this song, honestly.
I didn't
And
either.
yeah, in the Broadway musical, in this music, in this version, in this movie, I didn't really care for it. I love Jeff Goldblum. Um, he plays a really good wizard. Oh yeah, I will say it was cool seeing like the physical diorama of Oz. That was really cool.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Oh, and he introduces Marble as his press secretary.
oh yeah, okay,
I think they've been
sure.
sleeping together. I think he
Yeah,
be getting a little on the side.
yeah. I
And then
do
she
think
has in her hands the Grimoire, if I'm saying that
yes,
correctly, which
yeah,
is an
Grimory.
ancient book of spells and enchantments.
Mm-hmm.
And then she hands it to Alphaba, and Alphaba um starts looking at it, and Glinda goes, "Can I touch it?" And Marple goes, "No."
That was so funny. That was such a Glinda thing to say. I'm pretty sure that was like improvised, but that was hilarious.
And then
Yeah.
Marvel explains that it's like a lost language, and nobody can read the spells in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the wizard goes, "It's kind of a recipe book for change."
Mm. Mm.
And then Alphaba opens it and begins reading the thing, reading the spell or whatever it landed on.
Yeah.
And then the little monkeys begin to get wings.
That was honestly horrifying to watch. And
And then
not
she wanted
only,
to stop, but Marble was like, "No, keep going."
yeah, and I more behind the scenes stuff because I've watched so many interviews, but I just love it. Um, I can't wait for this to come out on digital because I want to see. There's behind the, oh, also there's a behind the scenes. Well, I don't know if they recorded it. No, they didn't film it. Damn, I wish they would have. Maybe they'll film it for like but the behind the scenes. But there was a scene that got cut that never got, that I guess never made it to being filmed, but where the prince and Bach were shirtless for some reason. I forgot what they were doing. They weren't doing anything sexual, but like they were just, yeah, shirtless and talking about something. I forgot what. Maybe they were like in the gym or something. I don't know. But I'm like, why would y'all cut that? Like, we need that ASAP. But no, yeah. I digress. Damn, what was I saying? Oh, when they were filming that scene, and the monkey was, they had a stand-in obviously for the monkey, like not a well because it was CGI obviously, but there was somebody there. I forgot who it was.
Acting like the monkey.
Yeah, and making the noises like it was in pain. And Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo were like, it was hard to do. It was like horrifying to like just the I could just seeing that in theaters was hard to watch. Like it was in pain. Like and then the worst part was when it flew up. I'm like, okay, it's good now. And then it falls back down. Oh my God. Oh, no wonder those monkeys are so pissed off. I would be too. But yeah,
And then she asks how she reverses it, and then she goes, spells are irreversible?
yeah,
And then
that's
Marvel goes, I knew she had the power, I told you, talking to the wizard. To which Alphaba goes, you planned all of this.
right,
And then Marvel tries to make it like, well, you're benefiting from this too, so don't act like it's just
right.
all us.
Not
And then all
really.
the other monkeys begin to grow wings and fly.
Yeah,
And then Marvel goes, they'll make perfect spies.
right. I'm like,
And
bitch,
then the
spies.
wizard's like, spies, scouts. Scouts is a better word.
Right. Backtrack.
And then Alphaba realizes that nobody else could read that book but her, and that the wizard is really not as powerful as he thinks.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and they showed it in the trailer too. Yeah, because she was like, read the book, read it. And then she's like, you have no real power. Oh my God. The acting was so good because she was like, just the utter shock in her voice. Oh my God. It was so good. I love that part.
And then Alphaba runs off, and Glinda chases after her, and she goes, I'm sorry, your wizard ship.
Wait, what did she say?
She said, I'm
Your
sorry, your wizard ship.
what the heck? I didn't remember that, but that sounds like something she would say.
And then she goes, I'll fetch her back. Like you're just
Oh,
gonna go
right,
catch a fish or something.
right. Oh my God.
And then they start getting the guards to look for her.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
then
they're
that
new
leads
spies.
Yeah, and then that leads us into the biggest song from the show, calling Defying Gravity, which I think I
Yes.
listened to on loop this morning.
Oh yeah. I want to say, I think at first when I was watching this for the first time, I was like, why are they splitting it up so much? But I really, watching it a second time, like with my family, I understand. Like it needed that, like to be split up. Because everything in the musical, the Broadway musical, happens really fast. It's like, I think it's like an hour and a half show, and that's part one and two. Um, so yeah, I'm glad they gave everything the time that it needed. Oh my God, when she, I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but I have to talk about it. The when she finally jumps, or when she jumps off, I, is that when she breaks the glass? Yeah,
Yeah,
she
during
breaks
the
the
song.
glass
Mhm.
and she jumps out the tower or whatever. The fact that she doesn't start flying immediately, oh my God, I loved it. And it gave like it, oh, it was so good. And then she saw her like her, not her sister, she saw her younger self like
Yeah, like she was
flashing.
having flashbacks.
Oh, that was so good. And then she reached for her hand and the broom was there. Oh, it was so good. And then when she started flying, holy shit. Oh my God. It was like Superman. It was so good. I didn't expect to love it, but that's another part that I like want to watch on loop because it was so good. It was so good. Like, and then when she like, what was it? When she like flies up for the first time.
And the cape's flying behind her.
Oh my God, that part and just the way they did it. Also, what blew my mind is that all that, well, not all of it, obviously, the cape was definitely not practical, but a lot of that was her doing her actual, it was stunt work. It was practical. She was literally in a harness, in multiple different harnesses, being shot all over the fucking place and singing live while moving all over the place in a harness. She was like, it was hard to breathe. Like she said, she had to figure out how to sing in that harness. That's crazy because she was not only in a harness, but she was also like in a corset. She said,
Mhm.
so it was extra hard to breathe. I'm oh my god, it was incredible. And then when she shut all the power off at Oz, oh my, with the Emerald City,
Mhm.
oh that was so cool. Oh my god, it was so good.
I like
That
the
oh
part in the song where Glinda tells her, "I hope you're happy," and then Alphaba goes, "I hope you're proud of how you would grovel in submission to feed your own ambition."
yes, and that is also um a hint as to what is to come. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it. But yeah,
And then that's pretty much the end of the movie. We see her flying and whatever.
so
And
also the
I like the very end part where she's like, um, "Nobody's gonna bring me down."
yes, yeah, yeah. Which yeah, and nobody. Oh, she was so pissed. It was so
Mhm.
good. Oh god, it was so good. Now, just talking about it, I want to watch it again. But also when she's flying off and they keep singing like and like the choir keeps singing or chorus or whatever down 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 or whatever
Mhm.
um the the oh before I get to that well I'll just say it that wasn't in the Broadway version of the song, but I'm glad they did it because it just oh it was so good. And then the like the backing track, oh it was so good. And then the before that even happens though, the what do they say? Oh, I don't remember. They say something 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 killer. They don't even say I don't think they say killer in the music in the Broadway musical. They say stop her or something like that. But in this they said kill her. I'm like, "Oh shit. You better run. You better fly."
Well, I like the part where she goes, "So if" I'm gonna read the lyrics to the song.
Mhm.
It says, "So if you care to find me, look to the western sky. As someone
Yes.
told me lately, everyone deserves the chance to fly. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free."
Yes. I love it though. She told them where to fucking look. You want to find
Mhm.
me? Bitch, I'm in the sky. Come to me. How about that? See if you can fly to me, bitch. I love it. Oh my god. It was so good.
And that is the end of part 1.
And I am impatiently waiting for part 2.
When is part 2 supposed to be coming out?
Basically a year from this. Well, November. Like the end of
November
no
of 2025.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
They already filmed it. Because they filmed them both together.
Together.
So but
Kinda
yeah.
like they did, what was it? Shit.
Infinity War Endgame?
Yeah, yeah, Endgame and Infinity War, they just filmed them all together and released
Yeah.
them at a different date.
Yeah. I'm excited for part 2. Oh, it's gonna be so juicy. It's so oh I'm trying my best not to spoil it because I don't wanna yeah. But I will tell you who her father is
After
after
we go
this.
off the air.
Yeah.
Um, Couple of things that I noticed while watching the whole movie, like, they added some comedy into it, like, when they
Yes.
were on the, excuse me, when they were at the train station and, Galinda was talking to, Alphaba and goes,
Yes.
he's talking about the prince, "He's been acting different. He's been thinking."
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I love that.
I was
Oh my
like,
god.
"So she
And then,
wants a dimwat like
yeah.
her."
And then the prince is like, he gets there and he was, I forgot what he said, but Elphaba reiterated that, yeah, I've heard you've been thinking or something like that. Oh, no. He says, I've been thinking, like, dot, dot, dot. and she chimes in, yeah, I heard that. I'm like, oh my god, I love
And
it
then
so much.
in the part where she's giving Alphaba the makeover and she takes her glasses off as a sign to like see your inner beauty. And then she
Yes,
puts them back on
put
and
it
she's
back
like, "Yeah, I
on.
don't like what I see." So I'm
Yes,
wondering if like she's like, okay, she's got bad in her because everybody's born with good and evil. Jekyll and
yeah.
Hyde, great musical. Um,
There's a I didn't know that's a musical.
Jekyll and Hyde, hell yeah.
I thought it was just a movie.
No, they turned it into a musical.
Oh wow.
If you got like Amazon Music, go look it up and listen to the soundtrack. It was awesome. The head singer, I don't know if this group might be before your time, but Skid Row,
I think I've heard of that. Yeah,
the head
heard
singer
of them.
Sebastian Bach played in the Broadway version of Jekyll and Hyde. I
Oh
literally,
wow.
when I was in college in Atlanta, won tickets to go see Jekyll and Hyde at the Fox Theater in Atlanta. And one of
Oh
the
wow.
guys that was playing in the show, I was like, I've seen him before. And I had gone with my boyfriend at the time. And I was like, I have seen him before. So I looked through the playbill to see who he was. He played in One Life to Live, which was a soap opera I watched. I was like, I knew I had seen him. Didn't
I've
know he
heard
could
of that.
sing. Oh, One Life to Live was the bomb. But
Yeah.
yeah, Jekyll and Hyde is a musical, and the music in it is really, really good. I've even got the book, the musical book with all the music in it, because I used to play it on the piano.
Oh wow.
I have that and Michael Jackson's Dangerous. I have both of those with the piano versions, so I could play them on the piano. I ain't played
That's
piano
cool.
in like 20 years.
I was about to say I wish I could play the piano.
So yeah, I took lessons when I was in high school. My course teacher would give them.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Oh, going back.
oh, what was one other thing? Uh, oh, and I liked it when the prince was riding his horse and he knocks down Alphaba, and she asks if he's always a tyrant who tramples on everyone, and he responds, "No, sometimes I sleep."
You're right. Oh my God, yeah, yeah. Another funny part was it was during Popular. What? It's not even a line, but just the what she was doing. Well, two things. When she was swinging on the chandelier, holy shit! Oh my god! And they
What, you
showed
ain't
like
never
a
swung from a chandelier?
no. I'm not Sia. I'm not swinging on a fucking chandelier. um, the but they showed the like behind the scenes of that, and whenever Ariana and she was showing it to um to Cynthia, like this was her first time seeing her like swing on it. Um, and they filmed the video of it, and she almost hit Ariana Grande. Almost hit like the stunt coordinator. He was like standing in the corner making sure it was okay, but he was in the scene. They weren't like officially filming it, like, but they
Yeah,
were
they were
just
just
like
like
testing it
rehearsing.
out.
Mhm.
Yeah, but and Cynthia was sitting on the and she, she wasn't even reacting to her almost hitting the dude. She was just reacting to like it in general. When she did it, her mouth, like her jaw dropped. She was like what? But another funny thing that I thought was cool but also hilarious was when Ariana Grande, oh, they're both laying on the ground during Popular, and she's singing and she's just like swimming on the fucking floor around her. Oh my god, that was so funny. I loved it so much. Oh my god. But yeah, but yeah. I think that's all. That's all the notes I have.
So
But,
what would you rate this movie if you had to give it
oh,
on a scale of 1 to 10?
a fucking 11. Honestly,
Oh, you broke the scale.
I mean, aside from like the the two people that I'm like, you can't sing that well. I did look past it. I think obviously they can act better than they can sing. They still did a good job. Um, but yeah. Oh, we didn't even get to that. But Dancing Through Life. Well, we did talk about it, but I didn't even mention it. But that whole spinning thing, that was crazy. And I was watching behind the scenes of it. Um, the way they filmed it and the things they had to do to film it was crazy as well. But the ladders, like if somebody were to get caught in that, like they could have like had their like head chopped off.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and then that's I didn't even notice it, but they talked about
I
it.
remember telling my daughter, I was like, "Wouldn't you like to have a library like that?" And she's like, "Absolutely."
Yeah, it did look really cool. That dude though, it was like towards the end, he was hanging and then he ran like across the ladders and jumped like
Mhm.
and rolled. That was one take. And they only had like they it was this was on a YouTube video and John Chu was it was like one of those like was it Wired? One of those I don't know who it was, but one of those big like magazine or entertainment things. He was breaking down that scene, and he said that that stuntman that did that, he only had like one or two takes, or maybe three, but before like he would actually probably injure himself from like not having enough stamina to make it all. Yeah, it was crazy, like, but it was really cool that he was able to just drop down, run across the ladders, do a fucking cartwheel, like jump off and do a cartwheel, like roll. Mm-mm. Incredible though. But yeah,
Yeah. I thought it was a really good movie, and like you said, it's probably one of the best musical to screen adaptations
yeah,
that I've seen.
agreed.
So, but I do not have anything else to comment on. So, you have nothing else? Thanks for tuning in to the Mid Podcast and their review of the 2024 hit movie Wicked. Uh, I know we went a little long, but we had a lot to talk about, and it was
We
such a good
did.
movie. It
It
was such
really
a good
was.
movie. Like, I needed to hurry up and hit somewhere so I can just stream it and watch it again.
I needed to come out on digital because I can't wait to see the behind the scenes, the cut videos, like or the cut scenes or whatever. Just I love it. I'm obsessed with it, and I'm so pissed we have to wait like a little bit less than a year now, but still, basically a whole
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Oh,
But until then, I want to thank Jordan being my special guest to discuss Wicked,
I loved
because I
it.
knew he
This
I
was
knew
fun.
he would jump in the opportunity
Oh
when I
yeah,
asked him, Jordan, you want to talk about
and
Wicked?
bring
Hell
costumes.
yeah,
Hell yeah, and I bring costumes too.
yeah, and he supplied us with the costume changes tonight. So we're gonna give it up for Jordan. And on that, we will see y'all later. Don't forget, if you're into football, we do a football podcast on Tuesdays, so check that out at 3 p.m. Until
Sports
then, we'll
ball.
see. Yes, Jordan calls everything sports ball. Until then, we will see y'all later. Bye bye.